That right there is the sound of BMW slaughtering Porsche at the American Le Mans Series. I'm KJ, and today's this story. The 2001 American Le Mans Series season was the third season for the IMSA American Le Mans Series for the IMSA GT Championship. It was a series of for Le Mans prototype cars and Grand Touring race cars that were put into four different classes: LMP 900, LMP 675, GTS, and Grand Touring. Today we dive deep into the realm of how BMW won more than half of the Le Mans championships with a car that wasn't even meant to be in the GT class. But before we do so, we have to go back a few decades to show BMW's importance in the motorsport industry. In 1972, BMW Motorsport was a secondary automotive business made by BMW, which was made specifically for race car prototypes of original road cars. In 1973, the team created a lightweight rally concept called the BMW 3.0 CSL. In the matter of months, the 3.0 CSL won the European Touring Car Championship, which marked the point in BMW's timeline that would carry them for decades. As the years went on, BMW Motorsport began to dominate the motorsport world. Notable highlights throughout the years were BMW winning in the 1989 DTM, the British Touring Car Championship in 1988 through 1993, and introducing the BMW M3 Lightweight in 1995, which competed in the German GT Cup Touring Car Series. In October 2000, BMW introduced the M3 E46, which came with a 3.2-liter S54 M-tuned engine. By the time production was made, BMW already knew that it would make a great Le Mans race car. On March 4th, 2001, the season opening of the 2001 ALMS, BMW would reveal their new racing concept, the M3 GTR. The first variation of the M3 GTR was powered by a 3.2-liter S54 B32 engine and produced 338 horsepower. However, as the first two races of the season went on, being the Texas Motor Speedway race and the 12-hour Sebring International race, BMW noticed that the M3 GTR was struggling heavily to keep up with the other teams like Porsche and Audi, so they knew they had to kick it up a notch. On April 14th, everything would change. When the Donington Park race happened in England, BMW showed that during the last month, they worked on a completely new V8 engine for the M3 GTR known as the P60B40. The P60B40 made 444 horsepower, 7,500 RPMs, and had a flat plane crankshaft. As Calvin Fish, the announcer, said, "This really ruffled the Porsche's feathers."
Yeah, and that has really ruffled the Porsche feathers. They feel this car is not within the spirit of the regulations. Whatever the case may be, Frederik Ekblom used that power effectively yesterday to claim the pole position.
The main reason why Porsche and all the other teams were upset at BMW for their actions were because they broke one massive rule. You cannot change your team's car's engine in the middle of a racing series. And not to mention, you have to make at least 10 street-legal copies of that car with the same engine. As the series went on, BMW kept on beating Porsche at every single race, including Sonoma, where BMW placed 7th and Porsche placed 11th, Portland, where BMW placed 8th and Porsche placed 9th, Mosport, where BMW placed 10th and Porsche placed 13th, Mid-Ohio, where BMW placed 14th and Porsche placed 16th, Laguna Seca, where BMW placed 9th and Porsche placed 13th, and lastly, Road Atlanta, where BMW placed 10th place and Porsche placed 13th. In the GT standings, BMW gained a total of 194 points and Porsche gained 180 points, making BMW the complete winner of the 2001 American Le Mans Series. Wait, you're still here? Alright, well, while you're here, I might as well just tell you about the other motorsport things that the M3 GTR was in, and talk about the road legal version of the M3 GTR. On November 23rd, 2003, the 24-hour Bathurst race happened in Mount Panorama Circuit in New South Wales, Australia. This was Bathurst's second Endurance race ever since the 1954 Mount Druitt 24 Hours road race. There were a total of 5 car classes that went by: Class A, Class B, Class D, don't know why they skipped Class C, I don't know, don't ask me, Class E, and Class F. The class that contained an M3 GTR was Class A, with John Bowe behind the wheel. Bode placed 9th place after all, while Peter Brock, the driver of the Holden Monaro 427C, won the entire race. The 2004 24 Hours of Spa would be held in Francorchamps, Belgium on Saturday, July 31st through Sunday, August 1st. Team BMW would put their M3 GTR on the line and finished 6th place for the GT class, but placed 29th overall, and Lilian Briner won the race in her Ferrari 550 GTS Maranello. The Nürburgring 24 Hours is an annual event Grand Touring endurance race that happens in Nürburgring, Germany. On June 12th to June 13th, 2004, the BMW M3 GTR would compete in the race and finished first, with driver Hans stuck behind the wheel. So, we finally reached the last event that the BMW M3 GTR competed in, which was the 2007 Britcar 24 Hours. Just like the last street, the Britcar 24 Hours was an endurance race and was held on September 8th at the Silverstone Circuit. It was the third edition of the Britcar 24-hour event, but sadly there's not much information about it itself. But drivers Peter Sheldon and Matt Sheldon drove a BMW M3 GTR and placed 32nd out of 46. Remember when I said that in order for BMW to use the M3 GTR in the American Le Mans series, they had to make 10 official units of said car? Well, now that we've gone over the races that the M3 GTR competed in, let's talk about the road car version, the BMW M3 GTR Strassen version. The BMW M3 GTR Strassen version was made in January 2002 and came with the same 4-liter P60B40 engine that the race car came with, although the engine was detuned to 350 horsepower rather than the average 444 due to street legal standards. When the 10 units were released to the public, they went for about $250,000. However, as time goes on, auction prices have reached heights of over $500,000. According to the more common E46 version of the M3 GTR, the exterior was pretty similar, but with a few differences. That being a different front bumper, new hood with 2 vents on each side, a small rear wing, and a carbon roof. One big difference between the race car version and the road car version is that there's no side exhaust on the road version. So I think that's about everything we need to know about the BMW M3 GTR and all of its history. If you guys would like me to make a sequel video about the M3 GTR, going over all of the real-life replicas of the M3 GTR from Need for Speed Most Wanted, then let me know in the comments. I'm KJ, and I hope to see you on the next story.